Listen, brothers and sisters, man, if you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to ISUPK.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do. Everyone west. Everyone west. Everyone west. Everyone west.
The damn white man starts shooting you down in the street like you're THESES. Then you niggas gonna get the spirit then. Then you're gonna find out that the white man is the devil like we've been telling you. Every day he's telling you he's the devil. Every day he's making movies showing that. And you niggas don't want to pick up. He's gonna make you niggas pick up though. You gonna pick up. Watch what I tell you. You niggas gonna pick up real soon that this man don't give a damn about you. You ain't gonna believe what we telling you until the damn white man starts shooting you down in the street like you're THESES. Then you niggas gonna get the spirit then. Then you're gonna find out that the white man is the devil like we've been telling you. Every day he's telling you he's the devil. Every day he's making movies showing that. And you niggas don't want to pick up. He's gonna make you niggas pick up though. You gonna pick up. Watch what I tell you. You niggas gonna pick up real soon that this man don't give a damn about you. You ain't gonna believe what we telling you until the damn white man starts shooting you down in the street like you're THESES. Then you niggas gonna get the spirit then. Then you're gonna find out that the white man is the devil like we've been telling you. Every day he's telling you he's the devil. Every day he's making movies showing that. And you niggas don't want to pick up. He's gonna make you niggas pick up though. You gonna pick up. Watch what I tell you. You niggas gonna pick up real soon that this man don't give a damn about you.
Wrong for my king. You can receive. Who is this? There you go. He touched the right one too. Make sure this don't fall. This is really Jesus Christ.
That's right.
You kneeling before the brothers of your king. Club YAHUSHUA. Club YAHUSHUA. We the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Start out at 1 West, 125th Street in Harlem, New York. We've been teaching the truth about God since 1969 under Commander General YAHANNA. And the truth is, we are the 12 lost tribes of the nation of Israel, and the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of. You can receive a crumb from my king. You can receive. Who is this? There you go. He touched the right one too. Make sure this don't fall. This is really Jesus Christ.
That's right.
You kneeling before the brothers of your king. Club YAHUSHUA. Club YAHUSHUA. We the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Start out at 1 West, 125th Street in Harlem, New York. We've been teaching the truth about God since 1969 under Commander General YAHANNA. And the truth is, we are the 12 lost tribes of the nation of Israel, and the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of.
Leaving, depart, let him depart. Hey, Shalom Israel, this Officer the Khan of the I.S.U.P.K. with your daily milk scripture from the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 7 verse 15. But if the unbelieving depart, let him depart. A brother or a sister is not under bondage in such cases, but God hath called us to peace. So this scripture is real deep, because it says, but if the unbelieving depart, if you have a rib, if you have a husband, if you have a son or a daughter or brother or any family member, man, that doesn't believe in the Most High, scripture reads, but if the unbelieving depart, let him depart. If they want to go, if they can't stand this truth, they just don't want to hear it, and they don't want to be around it, they don't care, they want to live their life, scripture reads, let him depart, right? A brother or a sister is not under bondage in such cases. In such cases, because sex is marriage, you understand? And that's forever, right? But in this case, if a brother doesn't want to believe or a sister doesn't want to believe, the scripture reads, a brother or a sister is not under bondage in such cases, but God hath called us to peace. Now, God has called us to peace because if we continue to try to beat the word of God into somebody who don't want to know about God or want to believe in God, right? Then the only way to keep peace is to leave them alone. It's better to keep peace than to have strife between your brothers and sisters, man. Because maybe not now, they ain't ready, or the Lord ain't, they ain't put that spirit in them, you know what I mean, to accept the truth, you know what I'm saying? But Lord allow, one day they will, and then you'll see them in the truth, man. But until then, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, the scripture reads, but God have called us to peace. All right? I'm Officer the Khan of the I.S.U.P.K. with your daily milk scripture. Shalom.
Hey, Shalom, sir. You ready for the down South Texas cookout in Houston?
Houston?
What you mean, Houston?
You never heard the news?
The warriors. Yes, sir. Conquerors. Respect.
Shout out there.
Hey, yo, I just left Atlanta. I said I'll be back in.
What's the itinerary looking out? What's going down Thursday?
Thursday, you already know what Thursday finna look like. We got the scripture breakdown with 12 shield Jeremy behind me. He's gonna drop it heavy like he always do.
We're extreme. We're extreme. We are extreme. There is nothing you can do to stop us.
And after the breakdown, we're gonna have the fish fry, have some brotherhood and sisterhood, play some games, take the pockets of y'all. You know we're gonna be shooting them dice. You know we're gonna be playing dominoes. Whatever games you have in mind, we put a wager in line. We're gonna take that money, man. This is how we do it in Austin.
Man, so what's going on Friday then?
Don't get me started about Friday. You think they call us Boot Kids Capital for a reason?
Yeah, I'm trying to find out.
Now, you gonna find out why they call us Boot Kids Capital, because we having camp on Friday.
Oh shit.
And after camp, don't get me started. We're gonna go on 6th Street. 6th Street be popping, and guess what camp at though? Camp right there on 6th Street.
Good night.
I'm trying to tell you, man.
So what's going on Saturday? I've been hearing about Saturday.
You gonna learn how to get down, shoot guns in Texas, the Texas way, man.
Shooting guns.
Automatic guns out.
Oh my god.
Automatic guns. Then we got the resort day. You know why? Because the rules are at the Kalahari Resort. So we having, man, we having a black and white party. We having at a down south Cajun Eats, man. It's gonna be a live band there. It's gonna be packed. UPK gonna do what UPK do, man.
Man, you ain't right for that. A black and white party.
A black and white party, man.
So I know that what's after Saturday? Isn't it Sunday? What's going down Sunday?
You know how I get down? It's the cookout. What we finna do in the cookout, man, we got a couple tournaments going on. We got the basketball tournament.
Wait, what?
Hey, hold up. It ain't outdoors. We rented out the gym. It's a real basketball tournament, man. We got the a kickball tournament. Y'all want to get active in that? Then we got the spades, dominoes, and chess tournament. And I say tournament, Aki, so you know what that means. That means there's money on the line. And of course, we're gonna do what we always do. The food gonna be amazing. The food gonna be out of this world. The food gonna be in the 4th dimension.
The 4th dimension?
You might turn to the side. It might be an angel eating the food. That's how good the food gonna be out.
Good night.
I'm trying to tell you, man.
Pussy so good, should've put it in my coffee. Yeah. If you play up that Glock like back the fuck up off it, nigga. You hurtin', I can see it in his face. Time to bring that bait, my shit raw. I'ma bust their head no matter what I play. I'ma take the word, you get that bread, bitch. What I say, hold a run, going undefeated just like O.J.
He had a garment with a belt on it made of gold. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 6.
His body also was like the world.
The word beryl is green. It's a Latin word. It means green. And look, his garment was green, meaning it wasn't his body, meaning his physical body, but the garment he had on from head to toe was in green. This is a real depiction of what Christ looked like. This is closer than anything you ever seen before. And what was done once again by the Roman Catholic Church, which is why it's such an evil institution, because the Roman Catholic Church taught us to worship Caesar Borgia, the second son of Pope Alexander VI of Rome, a homosexual and a child molester. And we worship him as Jesus, somebody who is so much far better than that Roman. And that's what the Catholic Church did. The Catholic Church single-handedly almost wiped out everything that was true about Jesus Christ.
They're one West. They're one West. They're one West.
Won't let them get the best of me. They like the main ingredients, fucking up the recipe. Stolen identity. That shit should be a penalty. They think they seeing me. They lost their marbles like Kennedy. What's your discrepancy? Here for the longevity and respectfully, I don't want your comfort. I'm strong mentally, striving. I'm still climbing my mountain and breaking barriers. No warning when I drop my shit. Respect the way I carry it. I'm sitting in the chariot laughing because this hilarious. The more the merrier, kill your confidence, then we bury it. You're not who you pretend to be. I move off energy. They say they want the smoke. I get to fucking up their memories, but they gonna remember this because ever since Genesis, I've been at them, giving them heat. Woo! This shit ridiculous. Call it what you want, but we gonna brawl to the end of it. We terrorizing bullies. If you started, we gonna finish you, nigga. That was it. It was simple.
That's what it came to.
White.
They're one West. 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 They're one West.
Even though I don't know you, I'm not letting nobody sell you crack. You know why? Because I never saw you before. But you a black man like me. That's right. And it's worth something.
This is Black Watch with Commanding General YAHANNA, the only man to lead blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans.
God made man on this earth. The white man he made man. God made man. God wants man to obey him.
Bringing you real news.
You don't need a black man in the White House. You need a black man in every black house.
For many years, there's a lot of black people who didn't realize how deep the racism of white America was.
You ain't gonna do nothing unless you decide where you gonna stand at with the Most High.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Righteous solutions to issues plaguing our nation.
Boy, you better wake up and see the power that is within blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians.
Join us every Monday from 9 to 11 p.m. Black Watch. Let the show begin.
Boy, we full of energy tonight. We got the heavy hitters in the building tonight. General Muhammad, give it up. Yeah, yeah. General Muhammad, give it up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. General Muhammad, give it up. That's right, yeah. Officer Barad, Officer Israel, yeah. Officer I.S.U.P.K, yeah. Every week in the game. Welcome to the show, fam. Welcome to the show. Somebody said there's no sound. We back good? All right, all right, all right. One me up, fam. One me up. What's going on? Shabaya Allah. Oh, yeah, oh, yeah. Black Dazzle got us in the game. YAHUAH. Lakamawan. Nizam. Oh, y'all killing it. I can't even keep up. Yeah. All right. So, yeah, we good. One West. Simbalak, Micah Israel, Shanae Morrison, everybody in the building, Twill Williams, Zah H. Yeah, the water fam, the water. And since y'all put all them ones in, we're going to start with story number 1. So, Obama jumped out of pocket and opened his mouth. He had something to say about black men. You die when you get a second. Drop that story about how Obama came out and checked black men. Maya, you need to jump just on what you said a moment ago, if you could.
You read it first, or you want me to
no, go ahead. Go. I'm sorry, Maya. Take the floor if you could.
I don't have the story in front of me.
No, just what you were saying was the heaviest game.
The story, I don't think they know what the story is about. You read the title first?
Okay. Oh, you're right. Let me let it ride. You had it right. Go ahead and rock the story. I told you we full of energy up in here tonight. Y'all know how I get. I just came back from Baltimore, man, Hebrew Academy yesterday. First of all, big shout out to Cap Makad Abarayam doing it up in Hebrew Academy, man. You understand? They're going to do the aquatic training out in Texas. I told Akkad under penalty of death. I told him he got to tell me every step, every single thing. You know, Akkad is he got experience with swimming and all that, and doing lifeguard work and stuff like that. But anyway, it was a hell of a Hebrew Academy, man. It's a hell of a mission. Him, the brothers that's holding it down with him, all the teams from all over the country, man. It is very well organized. You understand? They rocking from all over. I had an amazing time. I'm full of energy, man. The truth will make you full of energy if you get up in the spirit of it and you love it like you ought to love it. You love it like we love it. You know what I'm saying? You'll see all the beauty and benefits of being up in this work. All right. Also, too, real quick, I hope y'all will join me on Wednesday for the opening of the Feast of Tabernacles right here in Philadelphia, man. Come holler at your boy. Let me tell you how I'm doing it this Wednesday. This Wednesday, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do the ceremony, and afterwards, I'm gonna take live calls about the World War III. When we was in Hebrew Academy, was a whole bunch of calls coming in. You was there, you died. Bunch of calls, brothers was asking a lot of questions about World War III. I ran through about 20 of them, but then I didn't want to hold them up, so I said, look, we'll pick a day. Then somebody said, yo, Feast of Tabernacles is coming up. I said, no sweat, we'll jump right on it. We're going to be up in here Wednesday night, 7 p.m. live. You're going to be able to call in, ask your questions, whatever the case may be, man. We're going to turn it all the way to the top. I got YAHUAH. Officer YAHUAH up in the building with me tonight. I heard YAHUAH. I heard you are in charge of the grub and all that. Oh, my God. In the name of Jesus. YAHUAH and his wife coming. They like the Terminator when it comes to food. You know what I'm saying? So they in charge working with all the sisters, man, and bringing it up. So this Wednesday, man, come on, hang out with your boy. This Wednesday, Feast of Tabernacles. Let's honor the Most High. The Lord put us in them tents. We going into World War III anyway. You might be in tents in about 2 seconds, okay? All right? Who knows? So we're going to get it in. So now I got the little bit of energy out. Let me let you read the story so Maya could drop in with these heavy points he was bringing in before we even came in on the show. Go ahead, please.
Colonel Khan, sir. Obama's call out to black men touches a nerve among Democrats. Is election year misogyny at play?
Somebody look up the word misogyny for those that may not know. And we'll run it off. The nerve of this Hamite. You understand? The level of disrespect. Not only the level of disrespect, but the level of disrespect that you can't even see. I ain't even gonna say it. I'm gonna let General Mayat say it, but go ahead. Who got it? Okay, go ahead. But you got to come to the mic, though, to read it. The water.
Misogyny is the hatred, contempt, or prejudice against women or girls.
Now, how in the hell you going to say black men are misogynists when they making more love songs about black women since they got out of slavery, since enslaved? since in slavery. How you gonna tell Latino men that they misogynist when they about the most suave bola machismo, you understand, tribes on the planet? Go ahead, Maya. You got the floor.
Oh, and it's so ridiculous, like the general bring it out. They don't nobody love women more than blacks and Hispanics and Native American Indians. Hell, we love them too much. The I.S.U.P.K. got to teach them to be strong against their women because we love them so much. Teach them how to take a stand and guide their women. You understand, the proper way, because we love them so damn much. You understand? And it's just a guilt trip to make you want to vote for the East Indian Kamala Harris. That's all it is, just a guilt trip. And once again, and Barack Obama spoke against black men in the past, right?
Yes, he did.
Years ago, he spoke against black men.
In a church.
In a church.
In a big Baptist church.
Right. Black, like we the only demographic that Barack Obama speaks against, that anybody speaks against, really. We the only demographic that politicians can speak against plainly. We talking about black men, and we down in black men and get away with it. Nothing's happened to it. They don't do it with nobody else. It's so many things that can be said about those mega hat wearers and them Trump supporters. It's so they barely want to call them racist,
right?
Because they want their vote.
That's right.
So they barely, when they talk about it, they try to put it all on Donald Trump, but they stay away from talking about the voters who voted for Donald Trump. They will not speak against those racist Bubba white men. You understand?
Right.
But it's so easy to speak against the Negro. Nothing happens. There's no investigation. There's no uproar. There's no black hate. There's no anti-Semitic groups and programs when you speak against black men. But you say something tiny about them small hats, boy, it'd be a whole ADL and what's his name? That cat, that Jewish cat in charge of
Netanyahu.
The one in charge of speaking. He do the interviews and speak against anti-Semitism and all that.
I don't even know who he is.
Man.
Not Shmuley.
The guy who speaks,
the guy himself.
He speaks for them. Yeah, it's an Edomite, famous.
No, this was like a hired cat. I think he like in an official.
Anything happened, they bring him on.
Yeah,
he talk about it because he defend Israel all the damn time. He's always up to ready to defend him, but nobody defends us. There's no programs, no nothing. They even got the Asian hate now. As long as black people been suffering and been spoken against, they got no groups or programs to defend us, man. The Lord truly knew what he was talking about because he is the Most High when he said a nation not desired and Zephaniah. That's what we are, and that's why Barack Obama and everybody else is able to speak against us, but they will not talk about them Trump supporters.
That's right.
Give it up. Give it up, man. Let me tell y'all, man.
Jonathan something.
Go.
I can't remember. I'm going to find his name.
Yeah. Oh, God. Let me tell you something, Mike. What you said is so heavy, General, because once again, like in these higher echelons of this society, black men don't get to speak up or be heard or be defended as they should. Here's a Hamite, not even one of ours, that grew up in Hawaii, became president of the United States. They brought him in. He's not us. You understand? Promised, hope and this and change. Black people cried at this Hamite's inauguration. And I knew it was a death sentence anyway, because the first thing he did when he spoke up, first he said, when he was running to become president, he said he'll sit down with any nation. Iran, any nation, he said he would sit down. Then when he got in the Baptist church, he got up and told black men, you ain't a man because you have a child. He threw us under the bus to get in the White House. To get in the White House, he made us the scapegoat. And brother, we ain't being the scapegoat no more.
That's right.
You threw us under the bus to get in the White House. Then you got in there for 2 terms. You bailed out AIG. You bailed out all the big corporations. Wall Street lived good under him. Obamacare is a Wall Street project. You understand? They got rich off of you. And what'd you do for black men? You set up some kind of social group, some kind of self-help group after you got out of the White House. That's what you did. So you disrespected the hell out of us. After you said you'd sit down with Iran. You'd sit down with Iran, but us, you throw under the bus. Now you come around now and charge us. They out of touch. Now, make no mistake. I don't give a damn which one get in the White House. Yeah. I don't care if it's Obama. I don't care if it's him. It doesn't even matter. But what is so righteous, let me tell you what is so righteous. What's so righteous is that black men have come together and pushed back on the real evil, which is you pushing the black woman up over black men all over this country.
That's right.
First of all, don't nobody have a worse relationship with the police departments of the United States than blacks and Latinos. Don't nobody have a worse time. Blacks and Latinos catch hell under the police department. Kamala Harris, not only has she been a district attorney, she sat up, this broad sat up on Howard Stern and said just recently, and said, I locked up a whole lot of people. She locked up a whole lot of people. What do that translate to us? It translates that she locked up a bunch of black men. And then they had a clip circulating where she said, with this, the power I have with this pen is I can have you arrested and tied up in a case. I'm paraphrasing. She said, and even if you eventually become innocent, you will have spent money and did all that. She talked about how she could just destroy your life, basically, by bringing in that. Black men have been kicked down a ton. And here's the part that don't never hardly get said. The reason black men are pulling back is because black men are suffering under the hands of these black women and Latino women. Yep. They suffering in these houses. They economically can't have no power over these women. They begging really for a bed to sleep in. Being thrown in the streets, can't hold a job if you get one felony, even 20 years later. You can go 20 years without a crime, and you still got that felony on your record. You understand? I remember myself real quick as I was a contractor, and I was hiring brothers. I was always hiring brothers. And all the time I would hire brothers, but the parent company would not let me take brothers who had felony. I would meet a brother, interview him, talk to him, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I would say, man, I'm going to give you a shot. I'm going to give you a shot. I hire him, and then they come back and say, nah, he got a felony on his record. You can't hire him. And I have to cut him off. And it used to break my heart, man, because they used to come to me like, brother, I know I got a little record, but I'm going to come straight. I'm just trying to do the right thing. I ain't had a crime in 10 years. And it used to break my heart that I couldn't hire this dude. And they turned out, and then what I did, which was a little not all the way right, is I got under another contract, and I didn't even tell them who I was hiring. I just hired the cats myself, and they turned out to be the best drivers because they were the ones who needed it the most. Wasn't nobody giving them a shot. So you cut them all off of society, and you expect them to love some woman who's, boasting about how she locking them up. Mm-hmm. And then she just came out in the story. Did I let him read? Did he read any of it? You read some of the story. That in the story, she turns around and says that she gonna legalize weed. Like, that's how you appeal to black men. We're gonna legalize weed and we're gonna protect crypto. We're gonna make sure you can have your cryptocurrency and your weed. Disgusting. You don't respect black men, and the disrespect is so bad that it's not. They don't even know they disrespecting you. It's so bad they don't even know that they disrespecting you as a black man. To come to me and say, in exchange for my vote, you gonna make weed legal? You gonna help me be a better drug addict, an easier drug addict. That's what you're going to do. And meanwhile, this Hamite talking about, is it misogyny? Or is it that you just hate black women? The question that should be asked is, do black women hate black men? You understand? Like, if she'd have got up in there and said, I want you black men to know, I know you've been treated bad by black women. I know child support has locked up many of you brothers who are working brothers. And I promise to teach and help black women to further respect you in your house. She'd have got some votes. She'd have got some votes. You understand? If she'd have got up and said, I will, instead of saying you want to murder every black baby in the abortion clinic, set up a mobile abortion clinic out in Detroit in front of the black convention, the Democratic convention. You set up an abortion clinic in a truck. And again, Donald Trump ain't no better. He ain't no better. But we just speaking on why them numbers of hers dropped and how evil they went about bringing it forth. Give me some more. I'll let the brothers get in.
It says Barack Obama had frank words for black men who may be considering sitting out the election. Part of me thinks that, well, you aren't feeling the idea of having a woman as president. You're coming up with other alternatives and other reasons for that.
Imagine that. You're going to tell us how we thinking, you piece of something. You're going to tell us how we thinking. You're going to say that our reasons are we coming up with something else, but we really don't like no black woman. And let me tell you black men something. Let me say this to us. I applaud black men for standing up because black women have been used in America for years to do mass evil to black men in this country. And you pass laws to empower black men. You dragging them out their house in the middle of the winter time. You decide to wake up the next day and be a whore, and you throw him out the house to bring your new man in. You disgusting pig. You know how many black men that lost their homes they paid for? I remember when I come back to Philly, if you don't mind me telling the story, Mom, when I was living in my Hyman house. I was homeless. I was living in my Hyman house. Him and Tazalai was taking care of me. The water again for your service, warrior. You understand? Damn right. You understand? I appreciate it. And I'm living in the house with him, right? And the neighbor, I hear her arguing with her man all the time. And this cat was some kind of carpenter, built a deck on the back of the house. You know what I'm talking about. Built the stairs all down the back, redid the whole front of the house, was working on the house. It was just him, her, and his daughter. And one day, I said, Muhammad, man, the brother gone. What's up? Muhammad, break it down. You know what's up. The usual. She angry. Mad. Now, this man done bought this house with her and spent thousands of dollars to get this house and to live with her and to pay these bills. And what does she do? She just get mad one day and throw you in the street. And the white man's the devil. You hear me? Because he, damn right, he is the goddamn devil. He knows that your woman is emotional. He knows she's emotional. He knows her emotions go back and forth. He knows this already. So he knows that if he passed laws that give her power to do things like that, that she will get inevitably have some emotional change, and then you'll be the victim of her wrath. Some black men scared to speak up to their woman because of look at the hell that these brothers is in. These brothers, you ride through these hoods, man, these brothers is in hell in these hoods. You understand? We used to have a saying, go to the Chinese restaurant on any given Friday night, and the line is out the door. Remember that? We used to say that down D.C., y'all?
Yes, sir.
Because all them black men who don't have a woman to hand them a decent plate of food. And you talk about we finding other reasons for that. Black men want to be men. Latino men want to be men. Native Indian men, they don't know how to be nothing but men. And brother, they want authority over their homes again. And thanks be to the Lord for the wonderful sisters in the I.S.U.P.K. I give it up to y'all, man. I give it up to you bad-ass sisters in the U.P.K.
That's right.
You understand? Because when I was out there in Philly and D.C. and cursing y'all out on the street, I just knew none of y'all was coming in here. I was cursing you out on the street weekly, y'all. I said, them bitches ain't coming in here. Fuck them bitches. Excuse my friend. So I'm blazing on you all day. One day I walk up in here, it's sisters in here. They must put a hit on that. They came to the truth because they knew we was right.
Right.
They knew we was telling the truth. And they got down with the truth and stood with the Most High. So damn that BS you shoveling. And once again, I applaud black men in this, that at least black men is finding themselves in a position where they can put some demands on that election now.
That's right.
Them laws gonna get sweet after a while. You keep that pressure on. If she lose this election, believe me, the next Democrat that run for office is going to figure out what they supposed to do to get the black vote instead of trying to tell us like we dumb, ignorant, no good pieces of garbage that's just upset because a woman in charge. A black man can't even go into the Department of Motor Vehicles without getting choked up in the neck because he know when he get to the counter, if he get a black woman, it's an 80% chance he gonna get a monster that's gonna disrespect him at the counter. If he walk in the bank, he know he got an 80% chance of some black bitch getting in his face when he asks a simple question. You hardly can't say nothing to these broads, even in the right, proper context. And forget about it if you get pulled over by a black cop, a black female cop. A black female cop in many cases is worse than a white cop. Am I lying? In many cases, she got something to prove. And a lot of times they either dykes or they done been molested and raped or they done seen some experiences with it. And I know my ex-rib, Salami, I don't want me to tell. I know some sociopaths with some bags. I'm going to tell you straight up. I know some straight up sociopaths with bags. Muhammad know what I'm talking about. Listen, it was a struggle getting where I'm at now. You don't get to this seat without going through a few fires, goddamn. What you thought you thought I floated up here? You thought somebody gave this in charity? I bust my ass to get it in here. Right. What you think it took to get it here? And I had to deal with some shit to get here. And that's why I'm here right now through the grace and mercy of the Lord. And we got some people that's messed up. But I applaud black men and Latino men and Native Indian men because you didn't let it ride. You backed up off of her and backed up off of her track record. They said she got brothers in prison right now that they don't want to let go in California because it'll damage the economy of California. They supposed to be released, and they wasn't released. Yeah. And you expect us to believe. So I'm not saying that because I'm for Donald Trump, and I know the brothers ain't for Donald Trump. But this is a question of the black community that a Hamite, once again, is trying. That's another damn thing. You done collaborated with Hollywood to totally degrade us as black men. You playing African music on black stations in rotation that nobody want to hear.
Right, right.
You understand? Well, nobody want to hear that garbage, that pretend reggae music.
Right.
You suppressing reggae music and bringing in this nonsense. You suppressing that reggaeton from the Simeonites and Ephraimites and bringing in this music and trying to get us to take up this music. You bringing Hamites into Hollywood, taking our positions and roles, glorifying Hamites with movies like Black Panther. Black Panther was a movie about black people. And you shame. Black Panther was a horrible propaganda movie against our soul. You don't respect us as a human being. And you don't deal with us with respect. And it is why it's so righteous that brothers come together and pull back in their power. Because in that power, then we could come together and decide what we need for us. Then when the politicians come calling, we'll let them know what it is we want. Instead of them trying to tell us what we doing and how we thinking and how we should be thinking when they're not even our own people.
Right.
I yield.
You know, what you said is so heavy, sir.
No sign of Christ.
No sign of Christ, You know, I remember when Obama said in a church that black men got to pull themselves up by the bootstrap, right? and about us having kids and we ain't a man if we have a child. But he didn't do not one thing before office or in office to help us out of no kind of way in Chicago. While he was making that comment, Chicago was already the murder capital of this country. And he was he a senator or was he a Congress? He was something?
Candidate for president.
Yeah, he come out of Chicago. Was doing things in Chicago while we dying at the murder rate in Chicago was crazy. And he making these comments about us, right? So now, we find out he's not about us, he's not us. The same program they used to put him in office, they did the same thing with Kamala Harris. Like they used another nation because they got brown skin and they could pass him off as us. They put on, what's his name? Barack Obama in office, right, sir? Here we go with the same thing with Kamala Harris, right? Now, but the problem is, you ain't gonna fool us twice. Like how Commander YAHANNA said, big up to the brothers because they seeing what's going on. Like you lied about her track record, about her history. She ain't black. She ain't Jamaican. She is an Edomite. She's a oppressor and an East Indian. That's who she is. You can't get around that.
And come from a family who was damn near running slaves in Jamaica. She come from a family that was indenturing the brothers and sisters down there. Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yes, sir. And you can't get around it. And brothers are now starting to see what's going on. Like, we ain't slow as a people, man. You know what I mean? The Lord has put his spirit on black men nowadays, Hispanic and Native Indians, to really see the truth of what's going on. And before, when we wouldn't say nothing, now we are saying something. Now we are not just going along to get along like how you think we supposed to be doing. Ain't going to happen, man. Watch what we tell you. Real soon, you're going to see black men really put on the spirit of the Lord and not take your BS. You ain't be able to shovel it to us no more, man. That's going to happen very, very soon. And you start to see signs of it now. That's why they pushing back against her, knowing that she ain't one of us. You know who pushing the fact that she one of us? Black women. Right. Black women pushing it. A lot of black women pushing the fact that she black, but she ain't black. Go ahead, sir.
Was you done?
Yes, sir. Go ahead, sir. Yes,
Real
sir.
quick, Haas, you hit a nerve on that one too. All they did was take that little heathen and brought her down to Howard University, had her join a sorority, and all of a sudden she became an instant Negro.
Yep.
All of a sudden she was a sorority sister, this or that. You was horrible, man. It's horrible how they meant and just tried to play us for nothing. Just deal with us as we were nothing. She just joined Howard University, and all of a sudden, she became who she is. Mm-hmm. Once again, go run for office. Don't play us and disrespect us. Don't call the ex-president out to disrespect us. Don't do that, okay? Because you're going to push us away even further as a group. And black men, you got a chance at power right here. Now I just got somebody just text me that she just started a new initiative on how to empower more black men. She got a new initiative. She's setting up a new, all of a sudden, you've been in office 4 years. You ain't figured it out that black men needed some help, that they was oppressed, hated, chased down. All of a sudden, you figuring it out now? Why? Because you trying to get in the White House? Like, come on, man. Come on. But it's a good thing for us. And we should learn from it. We should learn that our brotherhood is how we have power.
Right.
We coming together. This is how we have power. And Haas, you said something heavy. You said you seeing the signs of it now. You right. Guess what the signs of it is? They emptying out your churches.
That's right, sir.
Black men is running out the church, brother, like crazy. Them homosexuals, give me that story we coming to next with that sodomite talking about you shouldn't feed the poor. Here's another abomination before the Lord that you black women erected, that you to uphold. Those LGBTQ members and pastors and all of them like T.D. Jakes and the rest of them, and that one that died of AIDS down there in Dallas, some damn where, what's his name? Eddie Long, and the rest of them pastors, you black women are the ones that upheld them.
Yep.
You in there every Sunday paying them tithes and buying them Rolls Royces. Yep. You doing that. You doing what Eve did in the garden.
Yep.
You went and feed and say, see, you don't want black men in power because they're going to tell you the truth about yourself.
That's right.
And that Hamite ain't going to mean nothing. I mean, that heathen ain't going to mean nothing to us.
Yep.
You understand? Once again, big shout out to all the sisters that come into the I.S.U.P.K. Y'all the strong of the strong. You understand? Yep. You the strong of the strong. I didn't believe none could make it, but I see I was wrong. The strong sisters came up and stepped to the game. But a lot of you are the ones that uphold that horrible, horrible child molesting, sodomite meeting place, evil black woman training camp, technical college for being a hoe organization called the Christian Church.
Yes, sir.
That's what you are.
Yes, sir.
And that's what you've upheld.
Yes, sir.
Everything coming out that church, you built it.
Yep.
You built it up in there.
That's right.
And you like, what's black man? Is it misogyny? Do we just hate black women? The hell out of here with that, man. I yield. Salah. Please.
Okay, so what I said. We don't hate black women, man. We love black women. We hate your lies. We hate the games I'm playing. Y'all using this woman to say she's part of us, and she ain't part of us, man. Her history don't match the facts of being us. Neither does yours. His history, I remember he made the comment. He went to, what's that slave port in Africa? What's the name of that port? He went there.
It was Fort Judah.
Yeah, he went there, and then he said, listen, this place holds a special significance for my wife, Michelle, and her people. Like, are you kidding me? I thought he was one of us. So why don't it hold the same thing for him? It don't, because he's not one of us. And now they try the same thing with her, but she ain't one of us. They always get the black woman to lie and follow them. And when you said what's so heavy to them about the black church, let me tell you something. I had a great aunt that sat on the board. I think she was the top one on the board of that church down the bottom, Mount Olivet Tabernacle Church, down around 43rd Street. Yeah. She sat on a board. And I remember sitting in the kitchen with her, and they was talking about how this young pastor they was going to hire, but that he has to teach what they want him to teach. You understand what I'm saying? So, like, you can't teach the truth, but you're going to teach what we want to teach you, or we're going to fire you. That's the power they got in the Christian church, which is why the church is the way it is, which is why these women can get up there and say a lie to us in the church. They push that narrative. And now black men getting tired of that narrative. So I'll be out of that church. So we ain't in it no more. And about nothing but all women in that church. And that's why the Lord said in Jeremiah 23, he said it, that he was going to destroy your pastors in front of your faces for the lies they teach and they taught to us. And it's happening right now in front of us. It's like it, sir.
If I can, just a bit, and how just the back how that was great what you just said. Black men are tired of getting played.
Yeah,
we just tired of getting played, man. We tired of getting and it's because of the I.S.U.P.K. and us teaching all this since 1960 years. The word is getting out, man. Even a lot of millions of brothers out there hearing us. They don't join because they don't want to give up the cigarettes. They weak for whatever reason. They don't come in. But they do hear a lot of things we saying and know it make damn sense. And they waking up to the fact that everybody trying to play us. And black men making an attempt to try to take a stand. They ain't going into church. I even heard Steve Harvey said, I was surprised. He said, yeah, ain't no black men joining the church. Steve Harvey said it. And he the most cheesiest Christian in the world. He said, ain't no black men joining the church. I said, damn, he even know that. He understand that. Because black men tired of getting played, man. And we know Donald Trump ain't the answer, but we know Kamala Harris ain't the answer either. How come black men, like the general brought out earlier, we only get help when it's election time?
Right.
Or what promises of help.
Yes.
We only get promised a lot of help and programs to make our lives better housing, cheaper taxes, this and that. We get all the good promises when it's election time. Meanwhile, nobody does the work to say, look what I've done for you already.
Yep.
Put me in office. Put me in office. Look what I've done. Look at my record. I've done this for you. I've done that. I showed my love. Put me in office. That's who I want to put in office.
Right.
You understand? And make no mistake, we not down with voting and none of that. Our God, the laws tell us it got to be two criteria for us to vote. One, the Lord got to choose them and they got to be an Israelite. You know what I'm saying? The only person that fit that bill right now would be Commander General YAHANNA in the spirit of Christ. Because he's standing with YAHUSHUA. You understand? Like black men are tired of getting played, man. It's good to see them waking up. They just need to come on and take another step closer. That's it. Slide.
Give it up, yo.
Good, sir. Please. Let me tell you, the story all this week, sir, was how Barack Obama chastised black men for not voting for Kamala Harris,
how they were stupid and misogynistic for not doing it. However, here's the problem. Back when Barack Obama was running, like you brought out, he also chastised black men.
Right.
Jesse Jackson was so angry about it, he said, I should cut his balls off.
Yes, he did.
That's how angry Jesse Jackson was.
Yeah.
The story then was Barack Obama is chastising black men. That was also in October. That was October.
Wow.
That was in October.
Wow.
There's a thing in politics called the October surprise.
That's right.
Your anger for Barack Obama and how he chastised black men is so much worse than the reality. Let me give you the reality. Everyone knows that it made black men angry.
Right.
It disrespected us, that he's chastising us for not supporting Kamala Harris. He also chastised black men when he was running. Who was happy when he chastised us? I'll spin it around for you, sir. He has it, sir, if you don't mind.
Please.
I'm going to read this to you if I could. This is Barack Obama. White support for Obama at historic high. This is when he ran in October. October. White support. You put up on the screen? Do I have it? I'll read it for you, sir. Barack Obama, the first majority nominee, is positioned to win the largest share of white voters for any Democrat in more than 3 decades. More white people voted for Barack Obama than any president for 30 years before him. Because Barack Obama, now in my opinion, and of course I'm a cunning snake myself, sir, which you know, he is the most cunning snake that's a politician since Ronald Reagan. Barack Obama knows that black men are not going to vote for him because he chastised them. If Barack Obama wanted black men's vote, he would placate to them, lie to them. He'd go on a hip hop blog. Kamala Harris went on the Howard Stern show. Donald Trump goes on the Joe Rogan show. If you want men to vote for you, you placate to them. You act like you love them. He's not looking for black men to vote for him. Black men, like the General YAHANNA said and General YAHUAH, black men are not suckers. They're not going to vote even if they like you because they're not suckers. But if you disrespect black men, white people will vote for Kamala Harris. They will do it. Barack Obama is not stupid. He's a cunning snake. I got it right here. Did you show everybody? Oh, it's here. Think of 30 years before him. White people voted for Barack Obama more than Mondale, more than Jimmy Carter, more than the little short Greek man. I forget his name, sir. Dukakis.
Oh, God.
More than any Democratic president. Barack Obama.
And they loved Bill Clinton.
More than Bill Clinton. More white men voted for Barack Obama than Bill Clinton because Barack Obama knows what makes white people happy, to denigrate black men. He knows it works. He knows that if you disrespect black men, white people will sit home and go, tell them. I'm sick of them. I'm sick of how they own my job thinking they tough. I'm sick of how they think they own everything. I'm sick of their uppity attitude. White people are who are going to love what Barack Obama said about black men. And he did it for them. He didn't do it to correct black men. He did it because it makes white people happy to see black men disrespected. So like you said.
Damn right. Damn right. What you holding? Pastor Keon Henderson discourages congregation from giving to the poor. We got video? You can start on the article. Go ahead. Conor Wakan, sir. Houston megachurch pastor Keon Henderson has sparked controversy after a sermon discouraging his congregation from giving to the poor. In a recent sermon at the Lighthouse Church and Ministries, Henderson told his followers, there is no divine blessing in charity, unlike tithing. Like, this is a monster right here. This is a monster right here. Like, this piece of garbage is going to get you to turn against the poor, which is throughout all the scriptures. Like, good night.
And he pretty famous, huh?
The sisters told me he was married to Shaquille O'Neal's ex-wife that was on some show about basketball.
Shawnee.
Yeah, he said that's his wife right now.
And he's obviously, this cat here is obviously a sodomite.
Forget about it.
Yeah, man. Like what's be going on up in that Hollywood, boy. Whenever you ready, Marah, go ahead and play it.
You got on purple,
You can bring it, yeah.
You got on purple. You got on purple, sir.
Nah,
You ain't got no purple. Let's see.
Little purple stripes.
You always, and there is no blessing connected to blessing the poor other than getting back what you gave to them, but no multiplication.
And he's a drug addict.
Here's the other problem with the church is that anytime a person is in need, y'all go to running and dropping money. But let me tell you something, the poor will be with you always, and there is no blessing connected to blessing the poor other than getting back what you gave to them, but no multiplication.
Like, that's a monster right there. Like they and listen, and they know how to get their money. He hate the fact that you're gonna give some money to the poor, and he want to make sure that money.
You losing to the poor?
Yes,
like dollars.
Exactly.
Like he is.
Well. In all honesty, these days he losing a lot because a lot of people's leaving the church and they just deciding to give to the people.
I see now.
You understand?
Okay.
A lot of them leaving the church and bringing them 10% right on into the UPK.
Okay. Shalom.
And they, you know what I mean? And they in
Okay.
violation of the code of all sodomy.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But
Okay.
some people just decided people ain't dumb. They hear what we teach and they know what we saying is right. So some of them come over and support us. Others just go on and pay and just give money to the poor, and he knows it. And it's taking money out of his pocket. And like any good charlatan, any good money grubbing drug addict, he's doing what he got to do to get that money. Let's get some more. We can just play it one more time. That's pretty much most of it of honor. You got to go to the mic.
Sir, a couple months ago, the same pastor asked his congregation to give him $4 million.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Give him $4 million, but stop giving the poor.
Right.
You ain't getting nothing back from the poor.
Yeah.
As
Ain't
though
that
they
something?
getting something back from him.
Wow.
Right, that's a good point.
You got the tape on it? Do you got the tape? YAHUAH. Oh, yeah, give him somebody the tape. Marah probably need it. And let him add it to it. Yeah, you can get it.
Okay.
Yeah, let's check it out. Come on. Is that on the story?
If I could, General. While they doing that, if not Mariah, you die. Can you get Ecclesiasticus, the 4th chapter, while you doing that, brother, or you need time? All right, read. And listen, this is what I want y'all to do. For time's sake, I'm not going to start at verse 1, but I want y'all to, on your own time, read from 1 down to verse 5. Ecclesiasticus 4 and 5, real fast, warrior.
Wakanda.
Now they say don't give no money to the poor, right? Them purple cats say the same thing. And I always holler about we ain't supposed to give them to the poor. Here's what the Lord said, read.
Wakanda, Ecclesiasticus chapter 4, verse 5. Turn not away thy eye from the needy.
Read it again.
Turn not away thine eye from the needy.
Isn't the poor needy, man?
Get the most high.
Damn right, sir. Damn right, sir.
Go ahead.
Isn't the poor needy? Don't they need things, man? Don't they need some food, some clothes that you can help them with? Don't they need these things, man? Read.
Wakan, sir. Wakan, and give him none occasion to curse thee.
Don't have that poor man curse you because you got all these riches and money and power and authority and don't want to give them nothing. Don't give them a need to curse you. Go ahead.
Wakan, sir. For if he cursed thee in the bitterness of his soul.
I mean, he's suffering catching hell. And he cursed you because you got all these riches and power and authority and money and don't want to give him anything. Go ahead.
Wakan, his prayer shall be heard of him that made him.
The Lord's going to hear that prayer. The Lord's going to take up their cause. And the Lord's going to deal with you for it.
That's heavy. Give it up.
And this cat has, he not only not going to do it himself, but he going to cause millions of people not to give to the poor. He teaching the people not to give to the poor. What the hell is that? Even in our laws, man, we had the law of gleaning. Where in your fields, in your crops, you can't pick it clean. You got to leave it for the poor.
Right.
Because the Most High always got the poor in mind. Great scripture.
Most High Christ.
That's what's up. Yeah. No, you got the other tape? It couldn't work?
I do have it. I don't know if it's tape. It's 2 articles on that, sir. If I may.
It says black pastor being called shady for asking church members to donate $2,100 each Pastor Keon Henderson of the Lighthouse Church in Houston, Texas, has called his congregation and supporters to help raise $4 million to not only to repair the damage caused by Hurricane Pearl, but also to build a larger place of worship.
Like they monsters. Like they monsters. They monsters. And thanks be to the Lord, they're getting ready to get put out of business.
Damn right.
Like the church business is about to become the worst business to be in about 2 seconds, because it's useless. It's useless to the black community. Like, what we need another big church building in America. Black people need another big church building, which the money ain't going to the church building anyway. And as far as the repairs, you know they got insurance on it.
That's right.
But here's why. They got to get that mortgage payment to the white man who done gave them that church. That's another thing black people don't know. About 80% of black churches are really financed by rich white churches. The rich white churches are the ones buying the property, and then your pastor got to go over there and bleed you out for all the money to pay for that damn church, which is ridiculous, man. And none of it is about the Most High. You had your hand up, your diet, Salaki. Please.
I had his net worth, $8 million.
And he's gonna tell you he got $8 million and tell you that giving money to the poor don't help nothing. Like, what a monster! That's the exact person who should not be in charge. Go ahead, Salaki.
And if I may, sir, after the hurricane damage, it was another mega church, you know what I mean, guy that let him do services while the repairs were being done. His name is Joel Osteen.
There you go. And meanwhile, Joel Osteen closed the doors on his church where black people needed it as well during his hurricane. Like, they monsters, man. And you know what? You stupid black women, the scripture said that creep in the houses of silly women. That's right. And you dumb, stupid black women, the ones of you that's in them churches, you getting what you deserve. You get some homosexual to game you up and take all your damn money and just make himself rich and don't do nothing for the poor or nothing for the people. You understand? And we be so pissed over it because we know what it takes to help drag black men out of hell. We know what it takes to pull them up out of the dirt. This is hard work, man. This takes out. These young men is in here working all the time, pushing, teaching, moving, shaking, traveling, on planes, off planes, answering the call all hours of the night. They really waking black men up and pulling them out of the darkness. And it's a lot of work. And meanwhile, you lowlifes in these religious institutions just sitting back collecting money and letting the people starve and die. This is such a common thing in the scriptures, man. Common in the scriptures. But you're going to pay the price for it now. Now we at the end. You're going to pay the price for it. These churches is emptying out. Ain't got but a few mega churches left. TD Jakes, they said, is scared to death right now because we about to find out what it means to be swallowed. You understand? Because it's getting ready to come out what the hell he done been doing. Him and the diddler. Oh, she got the right name for him. That Jaguar, right? She called him the diddler. She got the right name for him. Like, that's what's getting ready to happen out here. Salakia, I yield.
So if I could, one more. Let me get Ecclesiastes 29, 8 and 9 real fast if I could, sir. Because I got one more for you. If you got any more doubt about what the Most High said about the poor and giving to the needy when you need to help them, contrary to what he said, the Bible says this, man. If any man speak, let him speak as the oracles of the Lord. If you're going to talk and speak about the Most High, you got to talk from his words. Well, here's God's word on that. Tell them where you're at, brother.
Khan, sir. Ecclesiastes chapter 29 and verse 8. Yet have thou patience with a man in poor estate.
These people that's poor in the poor state right now, they didn't catch in hell, they done did some things wrong or whatever the case may be, but they down and try, they down and out. Like how Jeremiah brought out. In Israel, we always had a law of gleaning. If you were somebody with wealth and power and money, you couldn't glean the edges of your field. That was for the poor, right? Read, brother.
Khan, and delay not to show him mercy.
Not according to what this cat just said. He said, don't give him no mercy. Don't give him nothing. Don't give him no mercy. But the Lord said, don't delay in giving him mercy. Meaning, give him mercy because of the state he's in. Go ahead.
verse 9. Help the poor for the commandment's sake.
For the what?
Commandment's sake.
For the what?
Commandment's
Go
sake.
ahead.
And turn him not away because of his poverty.
That's what the Lord said, man. That's what the Most High said. Yes, sir.
And Christ turned around and said, blessed are the poor, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. So how you going to get evil with that? You know what I mean? Churches, man, I can't wait till you gone. You the problem. You the big. And we always said we the only ones that ever said it. We the only ones that ever said that you churches are the biggest problem in the black community.
That's right.
We've been saying it years ago. People was like, how could you say that? The church is the place of God and that. Come to find out now, everybody see. You harboring all the money, you destroying everybody's woman, and you teaching such falsehoods that turn people into monsters, man. And let me tell you too, what you saying, Oz, yeah, sometimes they do have, they did something or whatever, but you know really why a lot of people end up poor? Because a lot of people are kind. Yeah. A lot of people won't blow your goddamn head off when they get robbed by you, when you go do evil shit, evil landlords, evil cops, evil businesses. You robbing these poor people, man, and doing them in. And a lot of these is just regular people that are not criminals. And they just suffer and suffer and suffer until you stole everything from them. You take everything and swindle and cheat everything. You do it to the elderly all day long. And they end up in hard times. And that's why Christ said the kingdom of heaven is there. Because he know how they got there. He know they got there because they wasn't the vicious slime ball that your pastor is. They wasn't the evil slime ball that go robbing, you understand, and doing evil shit, excuse my French, all up in these damn churches. That's in there with some secret homosexual relationship like that Eddie Long flying young boys to Australia and all that. You understand? Like they ain't doing it. Them people is in there. That's why Christ said that woman that gave that pence, hers was the greatest because she was sincere. All she had was a penny. But she gave the penny because to her, it was more right to give this penny than it was for her to keep it herself, not knowing she giving this penny to the same people Christ was about to whip out that temple with a cat of nine tails. Like he still counted her 1 pence great, even though she was giving it to this wicked ass group of Sadducees and Pharisees. And that's y'all in the church. You in the same spirit. And people giving you money and all that, they poor and they sincere and they trying to serve the Lord and find their way to the Lord and learn the truth about the Lord. And you disgusting vile sodomites sitting up in these churches teaching all manner of bullshit to the people and destroying their lives. And thanks be to God, you about to get put down. They about to leave up out of you. The tide is changing. The world is changing. And you're going to be out of business. And you understand, and we're going to love it. You know what I mean? Because you deserve it.
And they done had so much power and spread their witchcraft for so long, General. I just recently saw cats that was Israelites. Cats that was Israelites, found out they was Israelites, didn't come into the I.S.U.P.K, go follow some Christian Israelite, and then left them. And now they sitting on there and see Jesus, that grace did away with the Levitical law. That grace, see, I know they're going to call me the devil now because Jesus don't care about what you wear and what you eat and what that Levitical law, that's the old law. Damn! I know they're going to call me the devil. I said, oh my God, this is a cat that y'all about used to, but that's few.
Hit the stogie on
hit the stogie right there. You know what I'm saying? But again, black men is coming out of that mess. That lie in the Christian church. Some fall weak, and that's few. You understand? But men standing strong now in I.S.U.P.K. We've been here for you.
That's right.
All you got to do is come on in.
That's right. Damn right. And if I could just let me say something else on it too. The church is for weak men. That's what it's for. That's what they hunting. They ain't hunting strong men because strong men gonna see what they doing and push up against it. They hunting weak men to drag up in there and use and turn you into sodomite and push you to the side while they molest the kids and all God knows what they doing in here. The biggest hoes you ever met is in church. The biggest hoes you ever met is in church. You understand? Including the strippers. And they ain't the worst. Yeah.
Can I say one thing,
Please,
sir?
you
And
know.
for the Christians out there that think it makes sense to say you don't get anything when you give money to the poor, I'm going to break your heart right now. You're not supposed to get anything. Right. The poor get something.
Right.
When you give to the poor. That's kind of how it works, right? Yeah. Like I already have the money. I'm giving up something. The poor get something.
Right.
And I know that is a crazy concept to Christians because you are so selfish. And that when you're giving to people, you're saying, I don't get anything by giving to the poor. I only get something when I pay tithes. You're not supposed to get anything. The poor are supposed to get something when you give it.
Right.
That's a crazy concept. I know it's like foreign language, but you're supposed to lose something for the poor. You're supposed to give up something for them. That's the whole concept of giving. I don't know what else I can do. I want to leave. It's the concept of giving, right?
Give it up.
I'm trying to understand. I don't understand.
All right, brother. Listen, that's so heavy in there. It's so ingrained in us that we don't even realize this cat is saying you shouldn't give to them because you're not getting them.
Yes.
Like as though if you do anything, you're supposed to get something.
Exactly.
Like that's how much is in them Christian. That if I do anything, it's to get something. Oh, it's bad. All right. That's all right. They'll be out of business soon. Man. Go ahead, Al.
What's so crazy is that these Christian pastors, right? General Myman was bringing this out earlier. So these pastors, they feel like they so godly. They such demand that you can't give nothing to the poor because they don't get, you don't get nothing.
Yeah.
So in essence, you give it, but you ain't getting nothing. But if they give it to you, then they giving it to a man of God. They like, it's so crazy. Like if you come out your pocket, it's like, oh, that was worthless. But if they give it to you, it's like Jesus received.
Which is wild as hell. And they supposed to be giving it, the part they giving to the pastor is supposed to be so that he could take care of the poor. They supposed to be giving it to him because of what he's doing. Instead, he wants them to give it to him, and just giving it to him is a return. Like that's supposed to be your return is he gave it to the pastor.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
I take your money. You're welcome.
Right. Like you good to go. That's insanity right there. Go ahead, where are we going? Oh, you want to bring something?
Oh, something small, sir.
Right quick.
It was so heavy about even when he said that, like he said outside of tithing, because he's letting you know it's the same thing that Kenneth Copeland did during COVID, where he said, "Don't you stop tithing."
Right.
Is that don't go give the money to them, give it to me.
Yes. Like he said, outside of tithe. Like in other words, tithe, but don't give away the part you give it to the poor too. Like they monsters, man. But again, you dumb, stupid black women, the ones of you that's in them churches, you deserve what you get. You're getting nothing. You're promoting LG. Your son will be a sodomite. That's what you're promoting. Your son will be a sodomite if not for the Lord. You had your hand up. You gotta go to the mic if you're gonna speak. Oh, you're getting out of here. All right, Warrior.
All right, Warrior. YAHUSHUA.
We see y'all on Wednesday.
See you on Wednesday.
All right, no sweat.
Come get me a plate for what?
I'm trying to tell you this. Listen, as you said, I was thinking about jerk chicken.
Your wife is
all right.
Damn right.
Where we going, you dad?
Khan, sir. China holds military exercises surrounding Taiwan to warn against independence.
Let's go. There's more to it.
Khan, sir. China deployed an aircraft carrier and other ships and warplanes in a large-scale military exercise surrounding Taiwan and its outlying islands Monday, simulating the sealing off of key ports in a move that underscores the tension. It's like the tense situation in the Taiwan Strait. China's defense minister said the drills were a response to the Taiwanese president's refusal to accept Beijing's demand that self-governed Taiwan acknowledge itself as a part of the People's Republic of China under the rule of the Communist Party.
They straight up telling them, you coming back in the fold under China. And for everybody that don't know, this is all part of the Third World War. This is all part of the world's armies coming together. Like the scriptures say this. The scriptures say it's a time for all things. A time for peace and a time for war. And what the nations is realizing that it is the time for war for them.
Right.
Because they all now's the time for them to go after their enemies. Now's the time for them to take down their rivals. And they all feeling the heat of it, and they all getting ready to get into it. Go ahead, give me a little bit more, you die. Y'all jump in anytime you get ready.
Come on, sir. I have a connecting story. North Korea says frontline units ready to strike South Korea if more drones appear.
South Korea is sending drones into North Korea, checking North Korea's bases, their weapons, all that. Why? Because North Korea is sending troops both to Russia and Iran. They already was sending weapons to Hamas and to the Hezbollah. So now they sending soldiers into China and into Iran to go fight with them. And because of it, it means that even though North Korea is in Southeast Asia, North Korea is now part of the Third World War. Like that is the Lord bringing all of these armies into this theater. China's being drawn in, Taiwan's being drawn in, North Korea and South Korea is being drawn in. They all being drawn in. That's what we're going to be talking about Wednesday night. We're going to be discussing it Wednesday night during the Feast of Tabernacles with the live call-in, man. Mariah, you got the flyer already? When you get a chance, grab it. Have you seen it? Snap. Have you seen the flyer? Get Mariah, get it. Maybe you could even do it at the end or something like that, or pop it in somewhere just so everybody can check it out. Wednesday night, y'all, 7 p.m. I hope you come up to Philly and join me. And let's hang out, break some bread. Hawah is going to be cooking for y'all. It's going to be amazing. He's going to have the sisters helping out. You understand? And also, too, any babies that want to come up and be anointed, I'll be anointing the babies at the end of the service as well. Or anybody that wants to get prayed over, really prayed over by real men of God, instead of some sodomite, come on down, we put that oil on you, and call on the Most High to heal you and help you and strengthen you as well. So all these nations is being called into the theater. They threatened, they said that they're going to break up all the roads right down between North and South Korea so that the South Koreans can't come across the border, and threatening to bomb South Korea if they keep flying drones over, which means that the intensity of this world is about to get super duper hot on the earth. And if you're a black man, you better wake up now. Now's the time to wake up and get away from that other man. Go ahead, you die. Slock, and let somebody jump in. Go ahead.
Says U.S. tells Americans in Lebanon to depart now as Hezbollah-Israel war intensifies.
Damn, which means they getting ready to bomb Lebanon like crazy, because Lebanon just fired rockets into Israel and hit Jerusalem. That's unheard of. And recently they hit another base, killed 4 soldiers and injured like 60. And here's the thing. They may be allowing them to hit them so they have the pretense to wipe them the hell out.
Yep.
Because they now that they kill them soldiers and injure them soldiers, they're going to go up into Beirut and try to decimate the entire country. They just trying to get popular opinion on their side, and they're going to go up in there, man, and do nothing but damage. But once again, this is the buildup of the Third World War. This is all part of the buildup. And they hit Haifa, they hit Tel Aviv, they hit major cities, you understand, inside Israel. The U.S. just deployed a new Iron Dome system. The last Iron Dome system didn't work. So they got the new advanced high-tech Iron Dome system they said it takes 100 soldiers to run this new Iron Dome. They shipped it over to Israel right away because, of course, them rockets coming in from Iran and Lebanon is hitting all inside the country. It's bad. And more countries are going to join in now. That damn near makes it official. North Korea and South Korea, they getting sucked in. China's getting sucked in. I'm waiting to see what's going to happen down there in Cuba, the Caribbean, all that. You got more out? Or okay. Anybody?
Nah, sir.
All right. So look for us Wednesday, man. Throw that flyer up for me right quick, Mara, if you're able to. Look for us Wednesday, man. 7 p.m. We're gonna get it in. There it is. Wednesday, 7 p.m. Join us for the Feast of Tabernacles. Oh, we're gonna do live call-in too. Did I mention that
earlier? Kind of.
We're gonna do live call-in. If you got questions about the Third World War, or you just want to make a comment, or you want to bring something out, jump in with us, man. Let's get up on the lines. All right, we'll do that then. And we'll go over plenty of scriptures about it. All right, let's go. You die. Where we going next?
As disturbing as George Floyd's death, family demands release of video showing hog-tied black man beaten and pepper sprayed to death in Connecticut prison.
Is this crazy or what? Oh, it is video footage. Look at this. Is that a bag over his? Oh, that's a spit bag. Stop him from spitting. Probably in there torturing him. Yeah. Trying to drive him crazy. And now they killed him, right? You got, that's just a still shot, or is it footage? This is still shot. Put the still up. Can you put it? Oh, yeah, there it is. You can see they got him tied up. Then they hog tied him. Of course, the officers is almost all white. Beat the man to death inside that prison. Hog tied him, then killed him. Go ahead.
Conor McCon, the family of a man who said their loved one died after being stripped naked and beaten in a Connecticut prison is demanding the state release footage of the incident to the public. The video shows moments leading up to the death of 31-year-old Ja'Allen Jones at the Gardner Correctional Institution in Newtown on March 31st. According to a CT Insider, a State Department of Corrections report states that officers were preparing to transfer Jones, who is a diagnosed schizophrenic, to a mental health unit for psychiatric monitoring and support. According to the report, Jones had been acting oddly and had not been taking his medications.
And of course, they didn't know how to deal with him, so they killed him. Hog tied him up, bagged him, eventually murdered him. Once again, our people got to be in our hands. You know what I'm saying? Like, they not going to care about us. We got to care about us. Once again, you talking about black men. Black men need to be given the power they need. And given the black woman's track record in church, I think it's about time she lose some of this power she been running the streets with. I think with the record of all the hoeing she been doing, it might be about that time to just pull her rein, pull her coat, and put her back in, you know what I'm saying, in a safe distance from her damn self. Given a number of abortions and murders she done did in the abortion clinic, maybe it's about that time to give black men some real authority over their women so that they can turn around and do something. Not some pseudo authority where when she done had enough, she just called 911 and have you thrown in the street. It's about time to change the game. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
If I could, please. You know, we had an incident one time down about a dorm school in North Carolina, right? I.S.U.P.K dorm school. Officer I.R.O.C, the head of the dorm school, and the captain I.S.U.K down there, right? They had a cat who was schizophrenic out in the street with a knife. And the cops pulled up, everybody pulled their guns out. But let me tell you something about the spirit of the Lord, what Commander YAHANNA just said about us having the power. Officer I.R.O.C stood in front of the cops, told him, I'm going to deal with him, turned back to the brother who was having a schizophrenic attack, talked him down to put the knife down to where this man left out of there with his life still intact, good to go. He got services and got help he needed, and life was not lost.
That's right.
Now, that's something that did happen. You understand? Under the spirit and power of the Lord and I.S.U.P.K. Like how you said, so we need this power in this earth to deal with these things in our own people, man.
Listen, and it's more of us than the cops. Damn right, give it up. It's more than us. It's more than us than the cops anyway. It's way more of us. So putting us in the right spirit, we'll do a better job than the cops. Because there'd be so much of us walking in righteousness that you won't need no cops. We keep the whole zone in order. Like the cops is only really there to come after the action that went down in many cases. Not, of course, in this case. You understand? Give back what you stole. You got it right. When they put that spit bag, or when you spit at them cops in prison and they put that bag over you, you can't hardly see with that bag over your face. So if you handcuffed, I mean, that's a horrible experience. You in jail, you handcuffed, and they put the bag over, you can't hardly see. You panic. You're gonna panic. And of course, if you get out of order, they're gonna try to split your head open, and you don't know where it's coming from because you could barely see them with the bag over your head. But he obviously has schizophrenic, and they didn't know how to deal with him, and they ain't equipped to deal with him, and they don't care about dealing with him. Just another headache on they watch for them for that 8 or 12 hours that they got that prison in place. Man, go ahead.
If I could, sir. And sir, if I could, too many times in America, if you're Black and Hispanic, having a mental disorder is a death penalty offense.
Yes,
you're going to die because you have schizophrenia. And this happens all the time.
Yes, it does.
And I try to think about it because the police involved in the situations where they interact with people with mental disorders, the police, their life is not in danger. This person doesn't have a gun or a knife. This person has a mental disorder, and they're going to die because they have a mental disorder. And the only thing I could think of it is like killing a raccoon with rabies. I try to think about, like, in what situation where if I have schizophrenia, if I have a mental disorder, would I die because of it? Would I die not because I have a gun or a knife, but because I'm flailing my arms and screaming? Or screaming, I want my mommy, I want my mommy, which are some stories we've covered in here, which I hate to even talk about. Where somebody is just screaming, I want my mommy, I want my mommy, and they get killed. Like they're receiving a death penalty because they have a mental disorder. Maybe we're rabid raccoons. Like maybe we're like, damn it, hold up, sir. A raccoon with rabies, he could bite you and give you rabies.
So you kill it.
Yeah, so you kill him. So I guess we're worse than raccoons then, because you can't catch schizophrenia.
Right.
He's not going to bite you and give you schizophrenia. A raccoon you would shoot because he might give you rabies.
Right.
They kill us and we can't give them our disease.
That's right.
So we're worse than a dog with rabies, than a cat with rabies. We're worse here. And the Most High God that sits in heaven, he is the only one that would care about people that otherwise they'd be considered someone who should die because they're sick.
Right. That's right.
So like you, sir.
No, give it up. You're right. Let me tell you something else too. That we don't realize how much these people hate us. Like we should be measuring our love from America based on how law enforcement deals with us, because they have the power to harm us, and by their harm is the measure of how much we're loved. And they ain't harming nobody else but us, which is telling you what's going on. Like the last thing, even the Lord, even YAHUSHUA said this through the brothers. He said, if a man, what's the one I'm talking about where he said, if he bring you to justice, agree it while thou art in the way. Give me that scripture.
You know that, right?
Let me tell you something, and let me tell you something. And this is an order. This is an order for every brother in this school. You cannot be yourself when you encounter a cop. You encounter a cop, you better respond the way I tell you to respond. Even if you right, even if you just, even no matter what, you stand down because I ordered you to stand down.
That's right.
Not because you got to stand down or because you a punk,
right,
but I'm ordering you to stand down. And the reason I'm ordering you to stand down, because you're too valuable to me in the work of the Lord, than dead on some slab because you got to deal with some stinking rat cop. Whatever he asks him for, whatever gonna make peace to get you up out of there, your orders is to do that, because you got to make it back to this camp so that we can go on and do the work of the Lord. Even though you want to step to him, you don't want to back down to him, you do it anyway, because that's the only way I get you back. And we'll deal with him in court or some other way. Because you got to be here for the work of the Lord. But what they want to do is to wipe you out. Here's what Christ said, the king. Go ahead.
Come, Matthew chapter 5 and verse 25. Agree with thy adversary quickly, while thou art in the way with him.
Stop listening to TikTok videos about telling cops when you get pulled over, you understand? I don't have to give you my license. I don't have to do that. I don't have to. Why are you asking me for my license? Till he busts the window and drag you out the car. We don't do that in here. You understand? And even a lawyer will tell you, if a cop orders you to do something, you have to do it. You got to deal with him in court later, unless he endangers your life. If he endangers your life, that's a different story. You got a right to self-defense, but you better be sure that's the case. And in many cases, it has been, but brothers have not been able to defend themselves. But my point being in this, in general, you don't fight your case while you were in the way, while he pulling you over. Damn what they be saying on TikTok. They telling black people how to respond the way white people can do that with the cops.
Yep.
White people can do that. You can't, because they want to kill you. They don't want to kill him. You understand? But they do want to kill you. And you too valuable to me in the work of the Lord for you to be dead out there somewhere with some hillbilly piece of shit that somebody put a badge on his chest. Nah, you're not going out cheap like that. You understand? You're going to do more damage by waking up the 12 tribes of Israel than you ever could dealing with one cop. You understand? Instead of dealing with the cop, we'll be the mayor and fire the whole damn police force. That's what we'll do. Go ahead, Doc.
Khan, lest at any time the adversary deliver to thee the judge, and the judge deliver thee to the officer, and thou be cast into prison.
Right. They'll put fake charges on you and all that. And in these days, it's beyond the prison. They trying to kill you, especially if you young and black. And which is why you got to be cool in that type of situation. But you should also know this. Based on how you're treated by cops who don't have to be kind and nice to you, that's the measure of how much white people hate you. White people are only nice to you because they need you to buy in their store. They need you to not rob them. They need you to come to work every day so you can run their businesses and drive their buses and keep their kingdom going. That's why they're polite to you. But they hate your damn guts, which is the proof is the cop don't have to be nice to you. He got the power to not be. And he exercises that power only on you because that's the real feelings that he has. And you should understand that so that you don't get caught up into the game. All right, let's go ahead. Where we going?
Leave town N-word. Racist graffiti found on small Texas church before it was burned to the ground. Police draw outrage at the revealing incident is only a fire investigation.
Only a fire investigation. No racial investigation. Nothing. When was the time the church was burned down with the 3 little girls?
In Mississippi, man.
What year was that? 62, something like that.
Good, 65, something.
They burned this church down and killed these 3 little girls in the church.
Might have been 4.
64?
4 little girls.
4 little girls. Damn, I thought it was 3.
Me too.
You know what I mean? 63? No. 1963. We're in 2024. That was 1963. We are now in 2024, and these Edomites are still burning down our churches. They wrote on the church, niggas get out. Go ahead, read the article, Salaki.
Khan, sir. Authorities in Paris, Texas are investigating a suspicious fire last week that destroyed a black church, which reportedly had been spray painted with racial slurs before it went up in flames.
Remember, Dylan Roof went up in that church and did God knows what to those people in that church.
Yep.
He did God knows what to them and killed them up in that church. Like, you can go to church with the same religion as your slave master and he still hates you, man. And this is something that black people have not learned from being in slavery. What you don't understand is that there are some people who will never love you, who will never join you, who will never be at peace with you, who will never teach their children to be at peace with you. And you have got to recognize that. so that you could stand up for yourself and help yourself in the condition that you are in. Because these people hate our guts. And the society is built where they feel no repercussion for what they do to you. And brother, that's a bad, bad, horrible thing. And you better get away from it as soon as you can. Give me more in there. Is there more in there? You died?
Can I say something on that, General?
Get down.
You died. Give me the scripture where it says, this is not your rest. I think it's in the book of Micah. Because you got to understand something. Y'all getting comfortable in here like this is the place for you. It's not for you. You're getting comfortable in the Christian church like it's for you. It's not for you. And they let you know that. You got a scripture, brother? This is what the Lord said. Go ahead. Come, sir. Micah chapter 2 and verse 10.
Go ahead.
Arise ye and depart.
The Lord has said arise and depart. Why is he saying that, man? He's saying arise. Meaning stand up on your feet and take your spirit out of this place. Take your love out of this place, man. Depart. Meaning we ain't got to leave here because Christ will come to chariots and take us out of here. But you can depart by taking your spirit out of here. Taking your love for what they say love. Their philosophy and doctrine. Depart out of that. Go ahead.
Come, sir. For this is not your rest.
It's not your what?
Rest.
Not the place to get comfortable, man. You got to understand that. Like, how many more years do we got to sit up here and try to placate to be down, and they keep doing things to show they ain't really down with you? Me in 2024, election time, and guess what they do? They burn the church and say, nigga, go home.
Burned it down.
2024. Dylan Roof went up in the church, sat there, talked with him and everything, murdered everybody in there. You understand? I put all this going on, sir.
And before they can get the indictment in, them church niggas said, we forgive them.
Ain't that so?
Why stop killing your dumb ass?
Yeah.
YAHUSH.
Come on. Now, you're right, General. You're right. But the Lord is telling y'all, man, to come out of her. The time to depart from him, to take your spirit out of this place. Arise. Stand on your feet, man. What's the point of coming to the I.S.U.P.K? To learn you're an Israelite. To learn who your forefathers are. To learn the law, statutes, and commandments, man. To learn how to trust these nations. That's the point. To do the things the Most High say do. That's the point. Come out here, Rob. When you got to rise, you got to stand up on your feet, man. And now realize what the Lord is giving you to do as a people, man. As his chosen people. Stop following what they say follow and doing what they say do. Arise, man. Stand on your feet, man. Acknowledge that you are part of these 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. Acknowledge that's your history and your heritage. And then when you do that, like how General Muhammad say, it's rules to it. It's laws to it. You understand on how to be an Israelite and how to live your life. You understand me? That's what the Lord is asking you to do now.
If I could, Obed Israel, please do not go to any police officer and tell him you're a sovereign citizen. Please don't do that, because I'm going to be mad as hell when you get back here. I might take my belt off and beat you like you my child. Do not go tell him you are not a sovereign citizen. You are a slave, whether you know it or not. And let me tell you the root of that sovereign citizenship. First of all, it comes from white people who's constantly trying to be independent from their own government because they know their own government is monsters. One thing about Americans is they just like their forefathers. Their forefathers wrote that Constitution because they knew that their children was some evil bastards. So they wrote a Constitution to make sure they try to keep them children in line. The problem is it done passed down to black people, and now you think you're a sovereign citizen, which is ridiculous, and it's unenforceable. For you to be a sovereign citizen, you know how you become a sovereign citizen? By taking a piece of land and being able to defend it where nobody can take it over. Then you're a sovereign citizen because you're a sovereign nation. That's some paperwork BS that some Edomites came up with years ago to make you feel like you are, not a slave. When it's wiser to know you're a slave so that you could operate in slavery. Like everybody acting like, oh, don't say we're not slaves, we're free. We're free men and we're free. And you're freely dying in this damn place. Go ahead, General.
And there's so many dead brothers and sisters who believed in that sovereign message.
Yes.
Argue with police because of their rights. They're dead and gone. Dead and gone. You understand? Like the general said, that's something that Esau created. You done brought up that sovereign citizenship and changed the whole atmosphere of the police. Now he wants you out the car. He wants your mouth on the ground and his knee in your back. Please don't do
Spit bag on your head.
Spit bag on your head. Hog time and getting punched in the damn head and skull. So follow the orders from the general.
God,
Yes,
remember
sir.
that crew that was recently up on 95. Remember they had the tactical gear in and all that. They was driving and the state troopers pulled them over. Saw 4 niggas in the car with tactical gear on. What? Pull over. Yeah, Jimmy, I got 4 niggas in tactical gear. They backup came. He came to the window. Opened the window and he said, "I'm a sovereign citizen." State trooper said, "I need backup right away." In 20 minutes, that nigga was a sovereign tree monkey. The nigga was in the woods. 20 minutes later, talking about sovereign. It's dumb, and it's going to get you killed. You understand? When you got a far bigger and more important job to do in raising up the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. And Christ just said, agree with him when he's in the way. The person that decides what's right and wrong is the judge, not the cop. You and the cop don't come to a conclusion on what's right. You ain't arguing with your woman. You understand? The scripture said also, does it say in that same verse of your diet that he carrieth not the sword in vain? I think it's in that same verse, right? Read on down in that one, if you could.
Oh, it might be in Romans.
Might be in Romans.
Go ahead.
Okay. Go to where it is. You understand? Like, brother, your life is too important, and they want it too easily here. You understand? I know you want to stand up. I know you want to check this shit out of them cops. I know you want to push back on them, but you only want to push back on them because of you only want to push back on them out because you feeling the pressure of them, and you haven't felt the wrath of them. You understand? If you felt the wrath of them cops, you would realize it's not worth it. You can fight them in court. You can sue them in court. Once again, if they're not taking your life, then you're better off just battling them in court. And most of the time, you'll win in court. But you sit up there trying to argue with this hillbilly on the side of the road who's scared to death of you anyway. He's watching you every Sunday on the football field. He's scared to death of you. He's watching you run 100 yards up and down the field all day. He's scared the hell out the death of you. So why are you going to try to take him on out there if you don't have to? You understand? And yes, there's laws. You must show your ID. Talk about, I don't have to show no license. I'm a sovereign citizen. It's ridiculous.
Sir, also, sir, Captain I.O.C.K just texted me and said this is happening in Prairie, Texas, the same city that his grandmother's brothers were lynched in.
Damn.
You remember that situation?
I remember that situation.
That's in all the Black history books.
Damn.
This same story happened in that city.
In that same city.
My God, how many years ago was that?
Wow.
And it's still happening.
Still happening in that town.
Come to one.
Boy, oh boy, they're going to catch it too. Watch. They coming by the hand of the Most High. Go ahead, Marah.
Like it, sir, if I may, they burnt that damn church down or whatever they burnt down, and they ain't asked if they were sovereign citizens. They burnt that damn thing down.
It was sovereign brimstone. What the hell that was? You right. Yeah, man. Right. Obed, I think you're making a mistake. Yeah, you don't have a confrontation with the police, but yeah, this is over your head. See, you simple, brother. Yeah, man. You right. You should never talk to me about it ever again, because you too stupid to understand what I'm talking about. But the Lord is great and high in heaven. And the next time you get pulled over, just let them know you a sovereign citizen, since that's what you want to do. And the Lord will give you the lesson of Sonny Carson. Sonny Carson thought he could talk shit too anytime he wanted. And they gave him a whooping out his ass out. And here's why I'm talking about it. There's a reason to get your ass whooped. But it's not because you're trying to be a sovereign citizen. That's a dumb reason to get your ass whooped. You should get your ass whooped because you're trying to deliver your brother. You understand? Get your ass whooped for that. But don't get your ass whooped because you want to tell a white man you're a sovereign citizen and deny the laws of the land where you have to give up your ID, you have to tell him who you are, you have to obey his orders on the street. Like, that's not a reason to get your ass whooped for me. Maybe for you it is. Maybe you get something out of it, but I would never let my soldiers go and get their ass whooped because they want to decide they're a sovereign citizen. And it's stupid. Look up the word sovereign. Let's just look up the word sovereign right quick. And let's see what it means to be sovereign. And let's see if this applies to you. Because if it don't apply to you, it's the dumbest thing in the face of the green earth. Go ahead.
If I could, General, you know, I did that job for a minute, right? And we stopped
Right,
at Cat. We stopped at Cat one time. He said he was a sovereign citizen. I looked at him, and he was saying, "I gotta show you my ID." Now the whole time he waved his ID in front of our face, and I stood and looked at him. I'm a sovereign. I said, "You know what, man? Give me your ID." He looked at me and said, "I ain't giving you nothing." I snatched out his hand, and he looked at me. I just stared at him, and I said, "Brother, if you even act like you want to do something, if you even flinch one more time, I'm gonna put you on this dirt and this ground right now." You understand me? I said, if you act like that,
that's it right there.
I said, now you won't stand here until I run your name. He ran his name. He came back clear. I said, have a good day. He walked away.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the stupidity of that shit. Go ahead, Mike.
How many cops you know got in trouble for breaking your sovereign right? I like to hear their names.
If I could, sir. If I could just help Obed Israel out with a psychological analysis of him.
Come on with it.
Some people just have a problem with authority.
Yep.
That's all it is. Yep. And the evidence of it is Commanding General YAHANNA is not a cop.
Yeah.
He told you not to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
So if either you just don't want anybody to tell you what to do, and you're calling it, I'm a sovereign citizen, but really, you just don't want to be told what to do by anybody. You have a problem with authority.
That's it.
Or you listen to Commanding General YAHANNA because he's not a cop.
Right. That's right.
And he told you what to do.
That's right.
So either you obey him and you don't obey the cop, he'll obey you.
Right.
Yep.
Or you're really just a brother who has a problem with authority figures.
Yep.
That type of brother is not getting protected by anything.
No, he's simple as he could be. Definition of sovereign.
Come, sir. Sovereign. A supreme ruler.
A what?
A supreme ruler.
A what?
A supreme ruler, especially a monarch. Definition 2. Possessing supreme or ultimate power.
I don't know what you mean when you say you're a sovereign citizen and you handcuffed face down on the concrete. I don't get, that's not that. Yeah, no. It's just ridiculous. So that's it. Where are we going from there? Come again?
The burning.
Yeah.
And General, can I say one last thing, sir?
Come on.
They hollering about sovereign citizenship, right? While we still getting stuff burned down in 2024. Like, are you kidding me? Like, you holler about supreme power and all this kind of stuff there, while they still burning down the buildings that we own. Now, being it's a church is evil. I got all that there. But they still burning things down that belong to us. You understand what I'm saying? Still doing it. So what kind of power and authority do you really think you have? Are you kidding me? It remind me of, what's that? What group always use the word Semitic? Semitic. I was trying to yeah, they were trying to one game on you, that Semitic shit. I hated that shit. Like, come on with the Sematics, man. Stop playing games. Like, we died in America. Right? We died in America. Yeah. Our blood is literally running red in the streets. In every major city, every gut-wrenching town, we dying, and we still got niggas saying I'm a sovereign citizen. You kidding me? Are you kidding me? Really? Obey what Commander YAHANNA said. Give the ID up. That's it. It's simple. You ain't do nothing wrong. What's the problem? Here you go, officer. End the story. Bang, you going. Come on, man.
And Obed, you're delusional if you think that you are a supreme. It's delusional, brother. Right. It's delusional. You understand? A supreme ruler means you don't have to bend to anybody. And like Muhammad said, it sounds more like you just don't want any authority over you, brother. You understand? Just hang in there. The Lord will get it right for you. I don't want to dwell on that too long.
Yes, sir.
Where are we going? You died. We done on that last story?
They
burned the church down. Was you trying to tell us something about it, Marah?
I was saying we got
We good to go? Okay, let's keep on. Let's roll on now.
Come on, sir. R. Kelly's daughter drops bombshell accusation that he sexually abused her as a child.
Damn. Go ahead. Nobody's surprised, too. Some more.
Come on, sir.
Oh, you don't want to.
R. Kelly's daughter with wife Andrea Kelly has opened up about the sexual abuse she allegedly suffered at her father's hands in a new documentary about the singer. On Friday, October 11th, TVEI Networks released the first of a two-part expose about Kelly and his relationship with his children, titled "Karma: A Daughter's Journey."
And if I could, go ahead. No, let me let you go ahead. And then I want to add something to it. Go ahead.
Khan. Per TMZ, the film finds his daughter, Buku Abi, born Jonay Kelly, sharing details about an incident she says occurred when she was around the age of 8 or 9. The now 26-year-old claims that she woke up to find R. Kelly touching her and pretended to be asleep. In a trailer for the documentary, Abi is heard alluding to the life-shattering moment.
Let me tell you something. R. Kelly was a victim of child molestation, but he was a victim of child molestation that rarely gets talked about. He was a victim of child molestation by women. R. Kelly was passed around by several church women. They used him as a sex toy. Them evil women who would not obey their husbands and would not do what a man told them to do. So they was lonely up in them churches. And so what did they do? They found a young boy that was a little more mature, that had a little voice to sing, and they used him as a sex toy. They turned him out and turned him into a sexual deviant and filmed him, took photos of him, made him watch films, made him perform sex on these old rotten ass, old ass church women, and just did him in dirty. And then that demon that was on them, that they put on him, he then turned around and became what he became. And it is why it's probably true that he molested his daughter. Because that's what he became. You know what I mean? He became a man he became what they call a voyeur. A voyeur is somebody who loves to watch, lewd sexual acts. You know what I mean? Most of the time in secret or whatever the case may be. Puff Daddy has the same demon. And R. Kelly's got the same thing. But here's what's important to know. That this happened in church. And in these churches is where this takes place. Well, we watching what all this whole R. Kelly, P. Diddy, all this comes from church. Church is what builds this kind of thing. And R. Kelly specifically was directly right out of that church. Not only him, but that cat that came out, what's that one that said, don't sit on his piano?
Kirk Franklin.
Kirk Franklin, another sexual deviant and a sodomite who, you understand, comes out of church. There was another one I was going to bring up.
Donnie McClurkin?
Yes, that's what I was going to bring up. That cat there, his is the roughest, one of the roughest. I mean, they molested him into a full-out closet homosexual in the church. Now, how it's going to be that in the church is where the down-low homosexual lifestyle began and is harbored every day. Like this is an abomination before the Most High. They literally in church took the young boys and men and turned them out and made them sodomites, made them sexual deviants with women. And these are only the ones that are caught. There are thousands of them in these churches. Probably tens of thousands of them in these churches. And they full of all kinds of sexual deviance. And let me tell you something else too. And it's a perpetual demon in this. A lot of you black women go to those churches and you learn to be an arrogant, evil, man-hating bitch. That's what you learn how to do. And as a result of it, you then turn around and you destroy your own sons. You beat and your nephews and so forth. You beat their spirit into dirt. You check every word or every act of aggression. If they show a little bit of aggression, a little bit of masculinity, you ready to tear the soul out of them. And then they grow up, and then some homosexual in the church, you know, on some retreat molest them, or they become susceptible to it. Do you know how many church sodomites ride around on Sunday after church with a brand new fresh ride, picking up young boys either from churches or on the street? That's a big thing in the black community. These older black sodomites molesting young boys from church. That's a church thing. It used to be you had areas where pornography and prostitution took place, and the churches used to complain about them. Churches used to talk about them in their sermons. Guess what? Now they in the church with you and running the church. And that's what's produced in that place, which is why we tell everybody, turn from that place. Blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians, turn from that place. God is not in the church. The church is a Babylonian construct. That's what it is. It's a copy of the Babylonian church. It is not the copy of the Church of Christ. They're just using his name, and you too dumb to know the difference. Like, all they got to do is gas you up with using the name of Jesus, and you believe it when they don't teach nothing about Christ.
Right.
Everything they say in the scriptures is wrong.
Right.
Every song they sing come out of a hymn book.
Right.
They don't even sing the Psalms that's in the Bible.
Right.
They ain't messing with the Bible. They got it's a different religion.
Right.
They just call it Christianity to fool you because that's their way of making it look righteous and pious, but it's demonic. Look at the people it produces. It produces wicked women, evil, selfish, greedy women. You understand? It produces the most hateful women towards black men.
Yep.
I mean, they play a psychological game on them black women in that church. Where you go to that church for 6 months, a year, you come out, you can't stand the ground a black man walks on. It teaches them to hate their husbands at home. And not just the immediate Christian church, but many of the denominations of Christianity. Seventh-day Adventists, Jehovah's Witness, Pentecostal, Baptist, Methodist, Episcopalian. All of them churches, man, producing the same disgusting, vile thing, which is a spirit to hate a man. And here's the amazing part. The man is who God is dealing with. The church gets rid of the man so that God ain't in the church, and instead brings in a homosexual man with the spirit of Satan. And you dumb black women, you sit up there and you are subject to that man and to that order. And you wonder why our kids are shooting up the streets, on drugs, won't go to school, hate to hold a job, hate everything. That's why. And nobody will tell you, dumbass it. Nobody wants to tell you, well, I'll tell you. It's an abomination, these churches are. Come on with it, you die. Is that it on that? We got time. Oh, we over the time. Damn. You done ran out of time on this, man. Throw that flyer up for me one more time, Mariah. Join me this Wednesday. All right? For the Feast of Tabernacles. I'm going to be taking live calls, man. Join me online or come on down to the school and come hang out with us. Heavy hitters in the building with me. Give it up, General Muhammad, General Mike Collins, General Haga Young, Officer Marah, Officer Yediah, Officer Ibar, Officer Matumya in the building, holding us down like they do every week. This is the I.S.U.P.K. I'm Commander General Yahanna. I'll see you next time live on the UPK. Pay your tithes. That's right. Support this truth. Shalom.